There's a monkey.
Hey guys, Trouble Gabe here, and I have a school, or not a school story, but it's a story that I went to the desert, and in the desert I have this 80cc Honda dirt bike, and and lately I've been getting the hang of it. Like I've been able to do really sharp turns, you know. Be able to get up to 5th gear and be able to control it, you know, just able to, all the usual, but what happened was, there was this bike trail, a little ways away from my camp, so here would be the camp, and then you like go behind it and you keep driving that way, and then you just, there's the trail, it's right there. And what happened is there are these turns, and the turns, they kind of go from flat ground and they kind of do this like a kind of wall thing. But the problem was the turns had really soft sand, so you just pretty much slide out when you get on it, and it'd just be really wavy, because they weren't really packed and well formed. So when you did those turns, you kind of just had to YOLO it. And what happened was, most of the time when I'd go towards one of the turns, I'd go off-road. I'd exit the trail, because it's just like a little dirt trail. There's no real boundaries. You could just go off of it. So I'd usually just skip the turn, because I didn't want to be crashing or stalling. And what happened was, I was riding, I think I was on 3rd gear, and I was handling it pretty well, because 3rd gear is what I was riding on. Just cause, and usually when I went to the turns, I'd bump it down to 2nd gear. But when I bumped it down to 2nd gear to get on the turn, it was way too soft, so I decided I was just gonna exit the trail. And so the soft sand was absorbing all of the energy from the wheel turning. So my wheel was kind of just, like, you'd have it like all the way cranked up, and then you just like, just little by little, because the sand is just, you're just digging a hole, but I was still going forward a little bit. I just needed to get out of the track. So what happened was, when I got out of the track, my wheel finally picked up, or the back wheel finally picked up some traction, and that jolted me forward, and there was this bush, and I crashed right into the bush, just BAM! And I managed to hit the brakes like a little bit. It was the front brakes, or it was like I used a little bit of the front, but mostly the back brake, which was near on the opposite side of where you change gears. And so I braked a little bit, but still, I crashed right into the bush. And what happened was, I was, when I got off the turn, I kind of swerved back to get onto the track, because I just decided I was just gonna, so the turn goes like this, it goes like, so I was just gonna go around it and get back onto the straight path. But when I went there, I lost control and I crashed into the bush. So on the trail, I'm crashed into this bush. There are two, like, large branches between my fender and my front wheel, and I'm at this weird slope where it's like angled like this, and there are two branches stuck in the fender and the front wheel. And if you know, of course the bike, it stalled, it stopped running, and and it was when I went to, because in order for you to pop it back in order for you to kickstart it again, because I have a kickstart, you have to have it in neutral but it was at such an awkward angle, I couldn't switch the gear to neutral because when you're in second gear, you kind of have like this auto brake kind of thing, and you have to be between. It's weird, but I couldn't pop it into neutral, and so I was like, my bike is stuck on this weird slope, and there's two branches stuck in the fender and the front wheel, and I just like, I put my kickstand down so that it doesn't break off my fender when I let it, or when I get off of it. So I put my kickstand down and I get off of it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I did not know how I was gonna get out of it. So I'm like swearing at the bike because I was like just stuck away from the camp, so they probably wouldn't even come for like another 20 or 30 minutes. So I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. So the two large branches that were stuck between the fender and the front wheel, I ended up having to break them off, which was a terrible struggle because the bush was like dead, so it didn't have any leaves, so it has a whole bunch of branches. So when I went to grab it, it just poked my hand. I was like, yeah, that's great. That's probably why I should wear my biking gloves more often. And so I'm at this for about 5 minutes. I'm trying to kick the branches, just trying to break them, and they're not breaking. And I ended up having to like break the pokey parts off of the branches, and I had to end up like pulling it and breaking it. Like I used the wheel as like a corner to break it off of. And what I did from there was like, I got the bike, and because it's still on the weird slope like this, I had to pick the bike up, turn it, and set it down back onto the track, and then I put it in neutral. And you might think, gee, Gabe, I bet you went back to camp after that. Nope, I just kept riding. I just kept riding on the trail. It was fun though. So that's all I have.